let you fans know what's been up with her, and if you have an opinion on it, of course you can follow us on Twitter at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1, YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22, Facebook.com, Jonathan Clarke, and MySpace.com/HEW Entertainment Radio. We have over 500 friends on our Facebook page right now. One of the celebrities we're following for you on Twitter in terms of status updates is Hilary Duff, Twitter.com at Hilary Duff, and we are going to be linking her up to our Facebook page at Facebook.com Jonathan Clarke, so you can get all your updates as it relates to Hilary Duff. And for tour dates and upcoming projects, you can head over to HilaryDuff.com for any additional information. Yeah, wow, that's all I have to say about this story. This is something that I didn't expect to find out. And I would assume that the information that Entertainment Tonight has relayed to the viewing audience each night is pretty accurate information. So if it showed up in the bottom of the headlines there that scroll across the screen, obviously it's accurate, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. Entertainment Tonight wouldn't report it if it wasn't accurate. So definitely I do wish all the best to Hilary Duff. My condolences are with her and her family dealing with this very difficult situation. This is something that I didn't expect. I saw Beauty and the Briefcase for the first time several months ago and thought it was a great movie. It wasn't the best Hilary Duff movie I'd seen, but at least it was nice to know she was still doing something in terms of a fame-related project. But it seems like her 15 minutes of fame are running out, unfortunately, and I don't know. I don't know whether or not to call this a professional decision on her part to go through with this, or to call it an unprofessional decision. It's one of those things that it's very hard to talk about, very hard to make a decision on what to say about it. I'm not going to say it's an unprofessional decision to go ahead with it, and I'm not going to say it's a professional one. I'm going to kind of say it's half and half, because it's one of those things in life where you just have to make a decision, and make a decision for the better, and hope you made the right decision. And unfortunately for her, she's going to go through with it, so it's going to affect her career greatly. It's very different for anybody who has a child out of nowhere, and they aren't asked to be born. That's the unfortunate thing about it. A child is not asked to be born into this life under the circumstances that they are, and Hilary Duff's child is going to be no exception. So it's very unfortunate to know that her career had to take a turn for the worse, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion, and I don't want you to criticize me for saying this. When this video is available on YouTube at youtube.com Jonathan Clarke 22, or on our Twitter page at twitter.com HEW Entertainment Jonathan Clarke 1. I'm just someone stating what's what for the people listening to the program on YouTube or in our radio form. And I don't want you to jump all over it and start criticizing me for reporting what I found out on Entertainment Tonight. And you can head over to Entertainment Tonight, etonline.com for any additional information you're looking for in relation to this Hilary Duff pregnancy story. Hilary Duff, young as me, 25 years young in my opinion. A very, very disturbing thing to have to read about, but you're reading about it all the time, and if it's not on the internet, it's in some kind of magazine that you pick up at the doctor's office and you read about. It was actually a couple of days ago I saw an article on Lindsay Lohan in a tabloid magazine, actually at a doctor's office, and the article read, "Wasted again." So that's a perfect example of how easy it is to read this tabloided information. You just go to the doctor's office, and there it is, the magazine sitting right in front of you, with the headline reading "Wasted again," or "Pregnant," or "Dead." It's like this stuff is just put there for you to read. It's like right there in front of your face, and you pick it up and you read it because it entices you to read, and that's the way the tabloids do it. And I'm sure that's the way the tabloids are reporting this story for you. As I said, just there at the doctor's office, and the magazine was right there in front of me about Lindsay Lohan. And if it's not her getting wasted, it's her being arrested. And that's something we talked about here previously for you here on our YouTube channel. Lindsay Lohan heading to jail again for what's got to be the 100th time. You can find that video on our YouTube channel at Jonathan Clarke 22. It's just stuff that we have to report about and talk about, and anything to talk about to get our listeners coming back for more, unfortunately. And this stuff is unfortunately right there in front of you, and the unfortunate thing about it is when it ends up on one news website, it's like a chain. It ends up on every news website. It ends up on MSN.com, and that's your start page when you open up your internet each morning, and that's the first thing you read about. The Macho Man Randy Savage passing away at the age of 59 years of age. First thing you see on MSN.com, and Lindsay Lohan being sent to jail. First thing you see on MSN.com, and Hilary Duff being pregnant. First thing you see, you have no choice but to run into it, either on Google or MSN. It's right there on your start page, and then it's like a chain, as I said, it just shows up on every website, one after another, boom, 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 on different news boards. And every website reports it differently. One website adds additional information that another website didn't include, and then it all compiles into just a huge rumor. Things are denied, things are said, things aren't said, and then it all just conflicts. So, the only thing we can do is wish Hilary Duff all the best with her future endeavors, any upcoming projects that she has. I know she's working with ABC Family right now. Head on over to abc.com for any additional information. Beauty in the Briefcase is also available on Blu-ray and DVD right now, and it's very unfortunate that this had to happen. Head on over to hilaryduff.com for any additional information. As I said, I'll be linking her Facebook page to our Facebook at facebook.com, Jonathan Clarke. You can also follow her on our Twitter page at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1 over there on twitter.com, and I'll be pulling up some videos. I'll probably post a video on our Twitter account of the Hilary Duff pregnancy story that was probably profiled by an entertainment news program for you to check out, along with additional features on our Twitter account. I'll probably throw up a video at Jonathan Clarke 1 HEW Entertainment for you to check out about the Hilary Duff pregnancy story. A very interesting story, if I do say so myself, but it happens every day. It's an everyday occurrence now in the entertainment world. As I said, if it's not someone being pregnant, it's someone ending up dead, and that's the unfortunate thing about it. But with these stories, a lot of controversy and definitely a lot of criticism arises, and there's going to be an endless amount of criticism and controversy arising from this story, and that's the unfortunate thing about it, and that's something that these celebrities are going to have to learn to deal with and cope with. Demi Lovato couldn't cope with it and ended up in rehab, and I'm happy to report for y'all that she's out of it now, and she actually received a Teen Choice Award for her courage at this year's Teen Choice Awards, which I had the opportunity to see. Some can deal with it, others don't. Kelly actually said on her Twitter page a while back, she said the best way to deal with stupidity is by ignoring it. In a circumstance like Hilary Duff's, I guess that's the best way to deal with it, ignore it. And this is one thing that's going to be very hard to ignore, but something, unfortunately, she's going to have to learn to do. Kelly putting it into perspective for us all. You can follow Kelly on her Twitter page at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1. So ending it off here with a bit of humor is always nice, too. As I said, follow us on Twitter at HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke 1, YouTube.com, Jonathan Clarke 22 for additional video footage, Facebook.com, Jonathan Clarke, send us a friend's request along with your opinion, and MySpace.com/HEW Entertainment Radio for any additional information you may be wanting to find out about the show. Thank you so much for listening to this week's installment of the program, taking a look at Hilary Duff's pregnancy. As I said, this show is not for all ages and may contain some material that may offend you. Listener's discretion is definitely advised. If you're going to be listening to this on playback or in our archives, anyone under the age of 17 years of age, please have your parents' permission before listening to this week's installment of the program. We'll be back next week with another edition of HEW Entertainment Variety Radio. Thank you so much for listening to the program, and I will see you next week. I'm Jonathan Clarke. A lot of work goes into hosting an internet radio show. You have to wonder where your next guest is going to come from and how you're going to get your show online. Life can sometimes be very hard.
That's it! I can't take this anymore! I can't! I give up! I'm sick of struggling for survival, competing with gophers and earthworms and that loser sparrow who always takes my nuts! And I'm especially sick of this stupid tree!
And no matter how many times I may think about killing myself or throwing in the towel, I realize that life could be a whole lot worse. You're listening to HEW Entertainment Variety Radio with me, Jonathan Clarke.
When something takes place in the world of professional wrestling, you know where to go. WrestleZone.com. WrestleZone.com. Covering all the latest breaking news daily. Interactive forums where you can chat with thousands of other wrestling fans. Exclusive editorials and audio features by some of today's top wrestling superstars. Exclusive video content. Weekly polls. Live play-by-play coverage of every WWE and TNA pay-per-view. And now, featuring WrestleZone Radio, live with news, in-depth discussions, debates, and interviews with wrestling's top stars, past and present. When you think wrestling, think WrestleZone. WrestleZone.com.
He considers himself God's gift to wrestling, and millions of his faithful agree. With nearly 4 hours of footage and exclusive commentary and matches, this DVD chronicles Daniel's rise from Chicago's Windy City Wrestling to the Asylum in Nashville, and finally to the top of TNA. TNA Home Video presents Heaven Sent, Hell Bound,